Hey, beautiful souls. Welcome to my channel, Earth Angel Tarot. And in today's Isis Unveiled reading, we will be doing another messages from the ancestors. Okay. And this is another messages from the ancestors 2.0 reading, meaning that at the end of this reading, I will be channeling in messages from any ancestors that wants to come through for the collective to see what messages they have for you, okay? And I will be pulling cards from the Hello from the Other Side deck that I have to see which ancestors want to show up, all right? And so these are the three cards that wanted to come out for this reading. Take a look at them to see which one of these cards calls out to you the most, or which one of these images calls out to you the most. As usual, I will put the image up for a couple of more seconds so that you can see which one you feel the most drawn to. And whichever image that is, that will be the pile that will have messages in it for you. All right, so happy picking. Hello to those of you who chose pile number 1. So this is your image. Okay, and the message is Temple of Carnelian. All right, and it says, it is time to trust in your own boldness and courage, taking risks that feel true to your heart and engaging in practices that make you feel truly and genuinely alive, embodied in more of yourself, even if not always comfortable, are going to help you live the life you were born to live. Okay, and that's the Temple of Carnelian. All right, and what I'm getting from this message is that it is time for you all to step out of your comfort zone. Okay, so I get the message that some of you are holding back. Some of you are holding back on what it is that you truly desire, what it is that you truly want to do. And your ancestors want you to now be bold and courageous and take that leap forward. Okay. I'm getting the fool's energy. All right. So 2025 is approaching us. It is right around the corner. And with the new year, your ancestors would like for you to be brave, bold, courageous, and step out of your comfort zone. Okay. So that's the message that's coming through with that card. But let's go ahead and take a look at what other messages came out for you. All right. And you guys have knowledge. Okay. And it says gift of knowledge to inform others, studying, learning to know, ancient wisdom. Yes. And what I'm getting from this is that you guys are equipped with the ability to not only help yourselves, but to also help others. Okay. So if some of you have been wanting to endeavor on a new path of whether it be spirituality or a new study, a new practice, 2025 is going to be the year for you to do so. Okay. You are an old soul, okay, with an ancient wisdom showing up in this knowledge card. You possess a lot of knowledge within, all right? And some of you have been having a desire to do something that you're questioning, all right? You're not really sure if you should go down that path because you don't know where that path is going to take you, or you don't know if you're suited for the path, if you fit the the blueprint for the path, and your ancestors are saying that you do. All right, you have the gift of knowledge to inform others, but it starts with you being bold and brave and taking that first step. Okay, and what I'm getting with this is just someone, you know how a lot of times we have ideas, right? But then we let our egos talk us out of those ideas because it tells us that, oh, we're not good enough, that thing that we want is not for us. we wouldn't be good at it because we think we don't have enough experience with it. What that is what knowledge is. Knowledge is something that can be obtained. Okay, so if it's something that you're interested in, your ancestors want you to go ahead and take the next steps to obtain all the knowledge that is required in order for you to be successful at whatever this thing is that you may be, I'm getting daydreaming about, right? So some of you are like daydreaming about this, but you're not putting the plan into action. Okay. And it's like almost, I get like this dreamy feel, like a woulda, coulda, shoulda, like someone who sits back and it's like, oh, wouldn't this be nice if this was like this? Or, oh, what if I could do this? So, like in this dream state rather than actually putting it into action. Okay. And this is what your ancestors want you to do. It is time to trust in your own boldness and courage. Okay. Taking the risk. Okay. And feeling true to your heart and engaging in things that make you feel whole. Okay. Because right now your soul does not feel whole because it knows that it's missing out on something. It knows that it came down here to do something. And you're at that brink. Now you're at that brink point where it is time for you to actually start to do the steps required. Okay. So you may have been at your soul may have been at a pause, or maybe this was this time that's coming or that you're in now and going into is the time of revelation, is what I'm getting. Okay. And we have deception. All right. And it says lies, distortion, self deception, blinded by wrong beliefs and not seeing what is true. Yes, this is like so fitting because I just got like a wolf in sheep's disguise. All right. And this is like how I was just mentioning what the ego does, right? When we have this idea of something that we want to do, and the ego kind of chimes in and says, no, you can't do that. Like, what makes you think you can do that, right? That's a form of self deception, all right? Because it's the ego tricking you that you're not good enough or you're not capable of doing what your soul is trying to pull you towards. Okay, just remember that the soul is bigger than the ego. All right, the soul is bigger than the ego. The soul has the blueprint and knows what you are capable of, that knows what you came down here to do. All right. With the ancient wisdom that is instilled within you, that's part of your soul's mechanism of trying to get the gears turning and getting you pulled into the right direction. All right. So it's going to be important to not allow yourself to be self deceived. All right. And what I'm also picking up with deception is just the lies that we've been told as a whole, right? We don't see past the 3D. Okay, so we kind of get stuck in limiting ourselves and limiting our beliefs to what we can see here in 3D form. All right, so some of you may be interested in diving deeper into spiritual understanding, spiritual practices, something that's going to help to enlighten you in your soul, right? Um, and it's time for you to now break free from the deception of what we as a whole, as a collective, have been fed most or, all of our lives. All right. Step out of your comfort zone. Step and now it's time for you to step into the unknown. All right. And but of course, the ego is built in a way where it's going to tell you that none of that is possible. It's going to tell you that what you see is what you get, but your soul knows that it's deeper than that. All right. So your ancestors are saying for any of you who are feeling that tug and feeling that pull to move towards more of a spiritual practice, 2025 is going to be your year to awaken. All right. 2025 is going to be the year for you to awaken and step into that power. All right. And then we have Shamiel, light green. All right. And it says happiness, vibrancy, energy, and hope. Yes. So this is what's around the corner. All right. And what I'm getting with this is you just regaining your innocence. Okay. You know how when we come here or when we're younger, children are the purest forms of energy on earth, right? Because they haven't yet been exposed to all of the things that influence them in such a negative or such a bad way, right? So this Chameo light green coming through, and I love how it's the number one. It's like a fresh start, all right, to step back into the pureness of who you are on a soul level, all right, to raise your vibrant vibration, to invite happiness in, to change the energy that's around you, all right, to give yourself hope, all right. So this is what your ancestors want you to do. They want you to, I'm getting, release the burden of adulthood, allow your inner child to come out and play again, all right. Allow for yourself to be ambitious again. Allow for yourself to be curious, all right. Be curious again. And I'm being drawn to this little child in this card with the little superhero costume on, right? Because as children, we believe that we are capable of any and everything. Like no one can tell us, otherwise, right? Because we have, as children, such a huge imagination, and we possess this energy of, nothing's going to stop us, right? But as we go into adulthood, that slowly but surely weans away from us, all right? Because of the deception that we're fed throughout childhood, going into adolescent ages, going into, later ages in life, right? That deception that's fed to us changes our mind state, all right? But you're on a soul level, better, is what I'm getting. On a soul level, we all know better, but some of us tend to get stuck. All right, so your ancestors want you to relive that, um, the inner child within yourself, all right, because that holds more of a high vibration. All right. So I'm getting, like, to release the burden of adulthood. All right. In 2025, release the burden of adulthood, release the burdens of limitations, release the burden of thinking that what you don't see is not possible. Okay. Your ancestors are saying you just have to strive for it. All right. And with this Chamomile light green, as you can see, there's an angel in the background, right? Cheering them on, rooting them on, telling them that anything is possible. If you want to be a ballerina, go for it. If you want to be a superhero, go for it. You still, to this day, as an adult, possess that same type of angel energy. Okay, your angels are still there rooting for you, even in your adult ages, telling you that whatever it is that you're aspiring to do, go for it. All right, and this is what your ancestors want you to know. 2025 is going to be the year. I keep getting to step out of your comfort zone, to step out of your comfort zone. Gain the knowledge that's needed for whatever practice you're trying to do, whatever project you want to work on. 2025 is going to be the year to absorb all the knowledge needed in order for you to move forward and to allow for your soul to feel light again. All right. And then you guys have flow. And I love this because it's like you going with the flow, right? No longer resisting, all right? No longer resisting your urges to pursue whatever it is that you're being pulled to do. And I feel like you guys are feeling this on an energy level, right? You're feeling it on an energy level, on a soul level, and you might not quite understand why, right? But you almost kind of feel inclined to just go with the flow. And this is what your ancestors, they want you to do. They want you to just go with the flow. Myself, when I got into tarot reading, honestly, I hadn't picked up tarot cards since I was a teenager. And I'm telling you, that was like years and years and years ago. So when I felt the call to pick up a set or deck of tarot cards again, I didn't quite understand why I had that urge to do that. You know, it was like, okay, something told me buy a set of tarot cards. And so I did. And one thing led to another, you know, and then essentially that was me just going with the flow to the point where I am now here on YouTube, reading for you all, reading for the collective, to give you the insight, to give you the clarity, to give you the confirmation needed in order to help with your journey, so that you yourself can go with the flow. All right. And believe me, it may not seem at the beginning that it's leading anywhere, but remember that there's always a divine plan and there's always divine timing. All right. And this is why 2025 like just keeps popping up. Like I like there so 2025 has to be a big year, a big year of revelation is what I'm getting for you all. So whatever you're feeling inclined to do, whatever you're feeling inclined to study, whatever you're feeling inclined to gain knowledge on, make 2025 the year that you do so, and you'll be surprised to see where it leads you to. Okay. All right. And you guys have energy. And I love it. It says, call your energy back to you. Power, aura, depletion. Yes, this is perfect because this lines up well with this chamomile light green, right? Remember how I was saying how we lose that pure innocence of a child's energy as, you know, we grow into adulthood, right? We lose that purity, we lose that sense of hope, we lose that sense of feeling that the world is in our hands and anything is possible, right? Because of life circumstances, situations, or whatever you go through, right? We lose it, and in the process of losing it, we, you know, lose our hope, we lose faith, we lose our determination. All right, so with this energy card coming up here, it's telling you to call back that energy of life. All right, call back that energy of life so that growth can happen. All right. Because right now things may be or may feel like it's at a standstill for you. And that's because of the flow of energy being blocked. I look at flow energy, energy flow. I love how it's like, you know, tying in with each other. So yes, so your energy, you know, it needs to flow properly. Okay. And when you have a proper channel for energy flow, this is when you begin to manifest. All right, this is when things begin to manifest for you, and you are able to call in, or your soul is able to attract, you know, what it needs to further progress. All right, so then now let's see what tarot messages wants to come through from the ancestors. So thank you, beautiful beloved goddess Isis. Can you please guide me and show me what other messages the ancestors have for pile number one? So 2025 is going to be the year of freedom. All right, that's what I'm getting. 2025 is going to be the year of freedom, for you to be courageous, for you to take risks, for you to take actions, for you to dive into those things that interest you. All right, to start on practices and studies that interest you. Okay, no longer living in this mundane state of being. Okay, being deceived by what, you know, society tells us life is. Like this, what you see is what you get. Like you come into a point of realization that there is more, and you actually taking the steps to move forward and finding out what that more is. All right, and you guys have the world here. Yes. And remember how I was saying, like, how kids, you know, they feel like the world is in their hand when they're younger, right? They feel like everything and anything is possible. And with this world showing up here, this is a cycle completion for you all. All right. So this is a cycle completion for you all. So your ancestors are saying that the train stops here. All right. For this chapter of your life. All right. This is the end of a chapter. All right. So now you may have been curious for a long time leading up to now. Okay. And kind of just being observant with life itself, and just seeing, you know, how things are going, how things are not going, and just feeling like there's something more. All right. But you have, as we all do, learned everything that you needed to learn up to this point. But the train stops here with this chapter, is what your ancestors are saying. And now it is time to move on to the next chapter. All right. And the world is a sense of accomplishment. So that's also your ancestors saying that you've gotten all of the knowledge that you need up to this point from, the previous time frame. All right. But now it is time for you to have a different perspective. All right. The hangman is about going with the flow. Okay. No longer resisting, no longer fighting those urges that you feel pulled or drawn to. And this is you just being able to go with the flow now, right? The hangman is in the standstill energy of, okay, I open myself up to receive. All right. And this is what your ancestors, they want you to do. They want you to open yourself up to receive. Step into a higher, lighter vibration. All right. Two of Swords. Because for a long time, you have been stuck, right? You on one hand, you have your normal, quote unquote normal life, right, where you're doing the mundane activities, working your 9 to 5, taking care of the household, your typical everyday thing, right? And then on the other hand, you have this pull that's like nudging on you and pulling on you, telling you that there's something more. But at the same time, you were being indecisive about, diving deeper into that because you didn't want to seem like quote unquote abnormal, right? Because you're so used to your day-to-day routine, your day-to-day activities, right? So you didn't want to step into practices that would make you seem abnormal, so to say. So then you guys have the Eight of Pentacles. All right. And the Eight of Pentacles is all about putting in the work. All right. Putting in the work for whatever practices you have, whatever skills you have, whatever abilities you have. All right. And look at this beautiful craftsmanship that she's doing with this butterfly, right? And look how focused and how determined she looks to make sure that she is successful in the end with this project. All right. And butterflies also are a signifier of freedom, of growth, of transformation. All right. And I love how this shows up after the Two of Swords because it's like on the one side, remember, you have your normal way of being, and on the other side, you have your quote unquote abnormal stepping into the unknown way of being. And so this is, her choosing to step into the unknown. Okay, and seeing where that leads her. And this is what your ancestors want you to do. They want you to step into the unknown and see where it leads you. Okay, so 2025 is going to be your year of stepping into your power. Power number one. All right, it's going to be the year for you to challenge yourself. It's going to be the year for you to push yourself forward and to go with the flow. All right, because I'm picking up this energy of you all just being called, like there's almost like this innate like urge within you to explore something different, to explore something new. All right, you coming to the realization that there is more than what meets the eye. All right, and you've probably been feeling it for a while, and now you're ready to go ahead and take that next step forward of exploration. All right. Okay, and then you guys have your opinion matters most. Okay, and it says, we don't judge you, so neither should you. We want you to know that you did the very best you could with the options available to you. Your intentions were pure. Accept yourself and any choices you've made, just as we accept you, say the ancestors. All right. So no judgment here. Remember how I told you your angels, your spirit guides, your spirit team, even in adulthood, they're always around you. All right. They're always there rooting you on, and they're there to tell you, or here now to tell you, that you have done your best. Okay. And you're at the point now where Like I was saying, one chapter is ending, and it is time for you to move on to the next chapter of the book. Okay. Don't judge yourself based on where you've come up to this point. All right. They're not judging you, so they don't want you to judge yourself. All right. They just want you to be content with where you have made it up to this point, and accept that now it is time to move on to the next phase of your life. Pile number one. Okay. So now I'm going to pull a couple of cards, like I said, from the Hello from the Other Side deck, maybe about four or so, and we'll see what ancestors would like to come through for the collective of this pile. Any ancestor or passed on loved one that would like to come through, say hi and deliver a message to you. All right. And they don't have to all coincide with each other. So wherever it resonates with you, whichever card pops out, that could be just for you. It won't necessarily be tied into all of the other cards. All right. So we have dad coming through. We have mom coming through. All right. And then I'll probably pull two more. All right. Someone with the letter D. And let's see what else. Pull one more. All right, so someone's mom wants to come through, someone's passed on dad wants to come through, someone with the letter D, and then someone with the letter R wants to come through, okay, for someone who's watching this video. All right, so now I'll pull a couple of tarot messages and see what messages they have for you at this time. Thank you, beautiful, beloved Goddess Isis, for guiding the ancestors that have come through for this reading. What messages do you have from the ancestors that have come through? All right, and we have the Four of Swords, and they're saying that it is time to rest. They are saying that it's time to rest, to put down the sword, and to just go with the flow. This is what the Four of Swords energy is. How we had the flow card come up. That is what the Four of Swords embodies. That's the energy that it embodies, is to just go with the flow. And so your ancestors are coming through telling you to just go with the flow. You're being led in the right direction. Okay, they know that it's painful. They know that sometimes letting go of an old version of ourselves can be hard. And with this card, I'm also getting that for someone, something was a disappointment. Okay, something was a disappointment for someone coming through for the ancestors. And for others, like I said, to give up the old version of self can be difficult. It can be hard. It can be painful. But they are part of your spiritual team that is around you, supporting you and rooting you on. Okay. Let's see what else we have. The Knight of Swords. Okay, they want you to be vigilant in your move forward. All right, they want you to take the moment to pause, to rest, but then when you're going into this new chapter, to be vigilant. All right, to have sight, to have the vision. All right, and to not let anything get in your way. All right, 2025 is going to be the year for you to be bold and courageous and do what matters most to you. Your opinion matters most. So this is not going to be the time for you to care about what others think about you. All right. This is part of your divine blueprint. This is the part of your divine plan. This is what's going to give you serenity. All right. Don't cry over spilled milk. All right. It's the message that just came through with this. Don't cry over spilled milk. Whatever didn't work out in the past, let it be. Okay, let it be, let it go is what they're saying. There's a host of other opportunities in front of you. Well, in this case, behind him, right? But he's not turning around to see that there are other opportunities because he's too busy focused on what didn't work. And so they want you to no longer focus on what didn't work. Okay, it's time for you to expand your mind, open your mind, and allow yourself to go with the flow, allow yourself to raise your vibration and your energy so that you can see the other host of opportunities that are available to you. All right, having a clear sight, clear vision. Knight of Swords energy is very straightforward, very blunt type of energy. Okay, taking ownership of what your plan and what your action is and actually seeing it through. All right, so these are the messages that came through from these ancestors. So for whoever that resonated with, really hope you took something from it. But overall, pile number one, this was your reading. This is what I have for you. Really hope you enjoy. If so, please be sure to hit the like button as well as to subscribe to the channel. And until next time, my lovelies, take care and bye bye. Hello to those of you who chose pile number two. So this is your card image. All right, and the message is life restored. And it says, spiritual resurrection is gifted to you now. Whatever part of you or your life you thought to be dead is being revived and will flourish back into life. Just as the phoenix rises from the fire, transitioning from death into life, so too will you rise again, healed and renewed. All right, life restored. All right, and with this card, I'm getting a sense of hope. Pile number two. Your ancestors would like for you at this time to regain your sense of hope. Okay. They're saying that whatever did not work in the past, let that be part of the past. And now they grant you access into the present, moving into the future. Okay. So whatever things did not work out for you, pile number two, I'm getting that 2025 is the year of resurrection. All right. This is a year where you will begin to see things change for you. All right. It's going to be a year of nourishment as well as a year of flourishment. Okay. It's what I'm getting. All right. But they do say that you must have a sense of hope. All right. The ancestors want you to know that there is a sense of hope that is required from you. All right. So now let's see what messages has come through for you from your ancestors. All right. And you guys have protection. All right. And it says regeneration and royal power, health protection, protected from evil forces. Yes, guys. So your spirit team has been looking out for you. All right. They have been looking out for you and they will continue to look out for you. Our spirit team, they know when we go through our trials and tribulations, okay? They are well aware of it and they root for us to pull through. All right. And your spirit team has saying that they know that some of you have been through the storm. All right, but this is about to be a time of revival. All right, life restored. All right, regeneration and royal power. So what I'm getting with this also is that you guys come from a very strong bloodline. All right, you guys come from a very strong, powerful lineage bloodline. All right, and some of your life lessons, okay, in this lifetime, you have been living out up to this point. All right, and it has been life lessons to I'm learning, I'm getting to learn balance. All right, to learn balance and to learn where to put your focus. All right, because you may have been your focus may have been projected onto what does not matter, and spirit wants you to pull it back in. All right. You need to regain a sense of hope. They keep reiterating that there's a sense of hope that's needed. Okay. In order for restoration of life force and life power to live within and through you. Okay. Let's see what else we have. Surrender. All right. And it says no longer fighting or resisting, letting things be, allowing, giving up control. Yes. And they're saying you don't need to put up the fight because they have your back. Pile number two. All right. It now is the time to surrender to false hopes. All right. False beliefs. All right. And it's time now to regain the stability that has been missing from your life, is what they're saying. All right. And in order to do that, it's going to cause for you to surrender all of the old versions of yourself. Okay. No longer resisting, no longer putting up the fight where spirit is trying to lead you down one path, but you're resisting that pull and you're trying to stay on the path that leads to nowhere. All right. Your spirit team is aware that there is more. Your soul is aware that there is more. All right. And there may have been a point of being stuck or a point of stagnation because of the resistance. All right. And some of you may not realize that you are resisting. Okay. Because it could be on a subconscious level or it could be in a disguise level, right? So you don't know that you're resisting what spirit has for you. All right. And this can show up in a form of you turning down a job opportunity. This could show up in a form of you turning down a relationship or staying in a relationship, okay, or staying in the job that's no longer serving a purpose for you. That is a form of resisting. All right. So, what spirit wants you to do is surrender to the cause. And the cause is the things that they have set up in place for you. All right. You are protected. So, where there is doubt, worry, and fear within you, they want you to get rid of it. All right. Your ancestors are saying that is part of what holds you back. All right. You are protected against all those things that are put in your path to kind of keep you astray, right? To keep you not focused, to keep you stagnant, to keep you stuck. Okay, if you allow for the forces of your ancestors and your spirit team to come through, you will then receive all of the help and assistance that you need to move forward. All right, they are your guiding lights, they are your protection in this lifetime. All right, so they want you to surrender to the cause. All right, it is time for you to be spiritually resurrected. All right, so that is going to, part of that is you feeling like you need to be in control of where your life goes. All right, and learning how to be more in sync and more in flow with what spirit is presenting to you that you may be missing. All right, because um, you're not in tune and you're not in flow with the right vibration. Okay. All right, and then you have number 22 with everything's okay. And it says reassurance, support, guidance, overseeing. Yes, and this is definitely your ancestors coming through strongly here saying that everything is okay. All right, you are protected. Let us guide you. Let us show you the way. Because right now you're resisting, and that resistance, like I say, may be showing up in different ways or different forms in you all's life. But either way, there is a sense of resistance that is at play. All right. And they're letting you know that you are protected. All right. So that you can regain a sense of hope as well as feel reassured. All right. They are supporting you right now. They are guiding you right now, and you are being overseen. All right. So this is double, like, strong confirmation with this coming up with the protection. They're telling you don't worry about it. All right. This is what I'm getting. They're saying not to worry about it. Okay, things will be as they are meant to be. All right, and I love how this letter comes through with the letter in the mailbox has like the little angel on it, right? Like it's as if they're coming through in this reading saying, yes, this is us delivering you this message. All right, this is us giving you the big news that everything is okay. All right, stamped by the universe. All right. And you guys actually, out of all three piles, got the most cards that came out for you when I pre-pulled. So there's going to be two of these. So the other one that came out was point of view. All right, look at this feather. Another sign of your ancestors or your spiritual team being with you, right? They are really, like I'm saying, they're really coming through in this reading. All right, and the message says gratitude, assistance, guidance, and understanding. Like, you don't get more support than this. Pile number two, like, all of these support cards are really showing up. Like, they're really like putting their stamp on that they are here. All right, and they really wanted to make you aware that they are here. All right, they just need you to regain that sense of hope. All right, they want you to change your point of view. They're trying to give you your life back. Okay, it's what I'm getting. Your answers are saying we are trying to give you your life back. We know where it's been hard. We know where it's been bumpy. We know where it's been not so smooth. All right, but they're trying to help you to restore those areas of your life. All right, and so even in this image here, you have the one person who seems down and out, right? And then he has the little feather over his head, which would be like some sort of guardian angel or ancestor, hovering over him to give him the life restoration that he needs. Okay, so that he can open up to receive, so that he can be restored again. Yes, pile number two. Your ancestors are really, really strongly rooting for you to be restored again. Okay, and they really want you to receive this message as such. All right, because, and I'm not 100% sure. Maybe I'll get my angel cards, but I think 444, the one that's showing up in this card is I am balanced. And like I said, part of your life lessons in this lifetime was to find balance. All right, that's what I was picking up. All right, because you have a if you come from a strong bloodline, okay, and in this lifetime, part of the life lessons was for you to, I'm getting balance out the yin and the yang, to take the good and the bad, because maybe you came from previous lifetimes where everything only went good. All right. Everything was always perfect. All right. Maybe you come from a royal bloodline where you didn't have to lift a finger to do anything, right? Everything was gifted to you, everything was granted to you, right? And now you're in this life to learn the opposite side of that. Okay, that's what I'm getting from the balance aspect of what the life lesson was. All right, so you're here to learn the other side of that, to learn that you have to put in the work. Okay, you have to put in the work, and you have to allow for spirit to guide you. All right, some of you had easy lifetimes, is what I'm getting. Okay, in your previous lifetimes, and in this one, you're learning the yin and the yang of what life is. So you've seen what it is like to live, um, let's just say, uh, a well established or happy lifetime where there were probably no boundaries and you didn't, like I say, have to lift a finger. And now in this lifetime, you're learning what it's like to be humble, okay? Or you're being pushed to learn what it's like to be humble, to work for what it is that you want, to learn how to get over roadblocks, because in this lifetime they do exist, whereas in previous lifetimes they probably didn't. So you're learning all of these things in this lifetime to help build the soul, okay, to help feed the soul. But because your soul is has such a strong presence, probably in those previous lifetimes where this is something new for them, there's this resistance there somewhere. All right, there's this resistance there somewhere. All right, and you're being nudged to say, hey, this is part of what you were here to learn. Okay, so that when you fall down, you have to learn how to pick yourself up, because not everything is going to be handed to you. All right. All right, learning how to express gratitude and be thankful for the things that you do have without looking at life in the form of there being a lack of. Okay. And let's see what else we have. Fulfillment. All right. So yeah, so that, and soul's fulfillment. This is what I'm just getting. So this is part of your soul's fulfillment. All right. Our souls, in order to continue to ascend, right? to our highest form of soul level and soul retrieval, we have to live life through different ends of the spectrum, right? Point of view. And we don't know that a lot of times consciously, right? So we don't understand most of the times that we're living through life lessons. Um, so it kind of puts a causes us to put like this block up or put the shield up, and we kind of sometimes we want to just enclose ourselves in, and we're not willing to kind of think outside the box or see the bigger picture. So this is why your ancestors want to bring this to attention to you, to let you know that what you're going through right now is part of your soul ascension journey, to give your soul fulfillment. All right. They and it's going to, the more you come into that knowing, the more you're going to restore your life. Okay. The more you're going to say, oh, okay, I see how this works now. All right. Everything is not cookie cutter. Everything is not ABC, XYZ. Sometimes a little work has to be put into it. All right. And when you surrender and you give up control of you trying to force things through, okay, then you allow for spirit to show you the way, letting things be and just allowing for them to show you, okay, rather than you fighting against it. All right, and you guys have diligence. All right, and this is you fulfilling your part. Pile number two, fulfilling your part, okay, doing your due diligence throughout this process, because your ancestors are saying that you are protected, so there's no need for over worry. All right, there's no need for over worry. If you just trust the process and regain the sense of hope that's needed, and you doing your part, then they'll show you the rest of the way. All right, and you have magic, and it says, I'm not underestimating my own magic anymore. Yes, and it says power, beginnings, transformation. All right, and this is perfect with the life restored. All right, because this is you stepping back into your power. All right, surrendering to the cause, understanding that part of your surrender is for understanding. Okay, understanding on a soul level, understanding that it's interesting how life actually, like when you actually look at the concept of life, it's almost like, it's a game almost, right? So you have to be calculated in your decisions. You have to be um, wise in your choices, right? You have to be observant in what your next move is, right? And so once you learn that, okay, this is how this works, it's going to help you play the game a lot better, right? It's gonna help you play the game a lot better. And I just like envision, like, how when you get trapped or you get stuck in a spot and you can't make the next move, it's because of all the gunk you have around you, right? That doesn't allow you to move forward. And that gunk could be like your the energy that's around you, right? The mental blockages, the emotional blockages. So it's like almost like it's weighing you down, and it doesn't allow you to. I'm getting the image of like being stuck in the mud, right? It doesn't allow you to move forward until you get rid of some of it, right? And this is what your ancestors want you to do. Okay, they want you to surrender to what you thought the plan was and allow for them to show you what the plan is, what healing is, so that you can remove the baggage, remove the gunk that's keeping you behind. All right. So then now let's see what tarot messages wants to come out. So thank you, beautiful beloved goddess Isis. Can you please guide this reading from the ancestors for pile number 2? What else do they need to know at this time? All right, and we have 10 of Cups that wanted to come out. Emotional fulfillment. All right, being at a place of peace and calm. All right, being at a place of peace and calm, and this is what you're moving into, pile number two. If you're not currently experiencing this or feeling this, all right, this is what your ancestors are rooting for you to move into, that place of peace and calm. All right, um, having everything make sense and finally getting to see, the bigger picture. All right. And then you have the devil. Okay, releasing yourself from the trap, releasing yourself from the illusion. All right, because you don't have to be a part of that illusion anymore, is what I'm getting for you all. All right, you don't have to be a part of that illusion anymore because you are protected from anything that's like in your path, in your way, that's trying to prevent you to from getting to your soul fulfillment. All right, but your ancestors are saying that you do have to do your due diligence in the process. All right, change your thought processes, change your thought patterns. All right, be open to having a new sense of hope, a new sense of understanding. All right, so that you can live in your magic. And then you guys have the Nine of Cups. All right, which is a card of emotional fulfillment. This is a card also of, wishes coming true for you. So they're saying things are going to be, I'm hearing the word reversed. All right, it's like a reversal of I don't know why I'm getting reversal of energy, but that's not what I was, wanting to say. But they're saying reversal of energy. All right, and you guys have the Tower. All right, so yeah, this is definitely a reversal. So how things once were, they're going to change for you soon. All right, but it's going to take for you to get with the program. All right, it's what I'm getting. Um, because you're on the brink of uh brink of evolution is what they're saying, right? So you're evolving on a soul level, and they want you to know that they're guiding you through this, but right now they need it to be less resistance from you. All right, you're about to start on a whole new adventure somewhere. All right, and it's going to bring you wish fulfillment, because what I'm getting with this devil being in between, it's like being in between the 10 of cups and the 9 of cups, what you thought was going to bring you happiness was just an illusion. All right, so the double energy stands between you and what really brings you wish fulfillment. So it's like you have to break your boundaries, and you have to start from a clean slate in order to see that the illusion that was put before you of what you thought would bring you happiness is not really what it is. All right. Let's see. We have every life event has value. And it says, no life experience, be it a relationship, an endeavor, or study, is ever wasted. Assure the ancestors. Every road traveled and each emotion felt has formed the uniqueness of who you are now. Yes, so nothing has gone to waste. Pound number two. Nothing has gone to waste. Okay. Um, every life event has value. All right, so you have to break out of the illusion of what society or what other people deem to be success, what other people deem to be happiness, and you have to learn to live in your own truth. Okay, it's what I'm getting. Change your point of view on what you view to be happiness, what you view to be success. Okay, because that is part of the blockage that keeps you stuck. All right, that is part of the blockage that is a form of resistance. Okay, because you have your mind set on one way of how things should be, and spirit is just like, oh no, it's something completely different. right? And when it shows up for you, you're not recognizing it because you have your blinders on and it's not allowing you to see things for what they really are. All right. So now I'm going to pull a couple of cards from my Hello from the Other Side deck to see what ancestors or passed on loved ones would like to come through for you all in this reading. So I'll probably pull about 4 cards or so, and then I'll pull some tarot to get some messages from them. Keep in mind that the cards that I pull, they don't necessarily have to coincide with each other. So if they do, great. If not, that's also fine. Just take 1 card out of the 4 if it's only one that resonates with you as someone coming through for you. Okay. So thank you, beautiful beloved goddess Isis, for guiding through the ancestors to deliver messages for the collective pile number 2 today. So let's see who wants to come through for this reading and what messages they will have for you. Okay, what ancestor wants to come through? And what messages do they have? But either way, pile number 2, you guys are highly protected and guided. Okay, we have someone who was a Libra, okay, on the astrological zodiac sign. So if you know anyone of an ancestor or a passed on loved one who was a Libra, they are coming through right now. And let's see. Oops. All right. We have the letter A. We have a daughter. And we have Aquarius. Okay. And I am being told to pull one more. So anyone who was a Libra, someone with the initial A for their name, someone's daughter, and someone with the zodiac sign of Aquarius is coming through to say hi to any viewers who's still watching. All right. And I was told that there was one more that wanted to come out. So let's see who this one is. All right. And so we have someone whose birthday is September 1st through the 15th. All right. So now let's see what messages they have for you at this time. What messages would you like to relay, ancestors who has come through? What messages do you have from the ancestors who has come through in this reading? All right, and we have the High Priestess showing up, and they're saying trust in yourself. Okay, trust in yourself and follow your gut intuition. Pile number 2, believe in yourself. All right, they're saying to believe and trust in yourself. All right, the Queen of Swords, part of being diligent. They want you to make right decisions and right choices. All right, they want you to have a clear division to execute the plan. All right, execute whatever it is that you guys are working on or that you want to do. They are saying that they want you to execute the plan. All right, it's what I'm getting. We have the Tower showing up again twice. All right, so they're really confirming that things need a fresh start. All right, somewhere in your life, some area of your life, there needs to be a fresh start, a breakdown of the old you in order to allow the new you, all right, to flourish and come through. All right, and I'm going to take both of these. We have the Two of Wands. All right, making the plan to move forward. All right, and doing it with grace. The Knight of Cups. All right. When you let us guide you, you will know which path to choose. All right, it's what I'm getting with the Two of Wands. When you let us guide you, you will know which path to choose. and you can go down that path graciously. Graciously as well as gracefully is what I'm getting. All right, pal number 2, those are the messages that has come through for you from your ancestors. Really hope you enjoyed. If so, please be sure to hit the like button as well as to subscribe to the channel. And until next time, my lovelies, take care and bye-bye. Hello to those of you who chose pal number 3. So this is your image. All right, and the message is Temple of Lapis Lazuli. All right, and it says, your soul is very ancient and holds the wisdom of star peoples from civilizations with unique high vibrational awareness that can help humanity transition from a culture based in fear to a love based community. You are here on this planet to be you to the fullest extent possible. Then you will help heal human culture so that the planet may thrive. All right, so you guys, this group is part of an old soul collective. All right, that has been sent here on a mission, kind of like myself. Um, Part of the mission is to awaken the human collective. Okay, I'm even picking up high priestess type of energy. Okay, those of you are who are sent down here to guide. All right, to help the souls that are trapped in a repetitive cycle of not being able to evolve on a soul level. Okay, so some of you may be even involved in spiritual practices. Some of you may even be like myself, tarot readers. Some of you may work with your clairs a lot, your clair abilities, such as being claircognizant, clairaudient, clairsentient, whichever one of those you resonate with. Some of you may be in tune and work with those well. Okay, and it is for a bigger purpose and a bigger mission, is what I'm getting. Okay, you are put here as part of helping the soul collective, okay, to help with the evolution and the ascension of the soul process for the collective. All right. So this is going to be your time to shine, is what I'm getting. Okay, your time to shine in whatever area of your life that this calling resonates with. Okay, you're going to continue to receive the breadcrumbs needed in order for you to continue down the path. All right. Um, this is what your ancestors want you to be aware of. All right. You hold a lot of wisdom and you hold a lot of insight. All right. And most of you watching this PAL um, may tend to have high vibrational energy around you. Okay, you're able to transmute energy within yourself and others. Okay, and keep in mind, or they want you to know, that it is for a bigger purpose. All right, so it may be something that you were aware of, but you didn't know to what extent that you are able to work with these energies. All right, but they're saying as you progress and move forward, the more will be revealed to you. All right. So that's the message that came through from that card. Let's see what other messages come up for you. And we have contracts. And it says legal matters, court cases, commitment made, soul contracts. And before I even saw the word soul contracts, that is exactly what I was going to say. Some of you guys are definitely going to be fulfilling soul contracts in this lifetime. Well, we all come down here, honestly, to fulfill soul contracts. But this particular pal, you're working with the mission of fulfilling soul contracts that is to help the collective as a whole. That was part of your soul contract. So you didn't necessarily come down here to help one particular person or one individual. You came down here to help the collective, to help the planet as a whole. So I'm getting starseed energy, I'm getting earth angel energy, and like I mentioned earlier, even high priestess. Okay, some of you may currently work with high priestess energy, or you come from previous lifetimes of being a high priestess or a high priest. All right. So your mission in this lifetime is to fulfill that soul contract of waking up the collective. Okay, kind of like myself, I put these messages out here to wake up the collective so that they themselves can find and work with their own true soul blueprint. Okay, my messages are intended to give you the light transmission that you need that's going to activate you on a soul DNA level. All right. And so this reading itself is for those of you who this is resonating with. This is going to be a form of light transmission activation within your soul blueprint to help you to recall and to remember what exactly your soul contract is. But you do have a special ability to heal. All right. You have a special ability to heal, and some of you may be currently working with those type of modalities, or some type of spiritual modality, whatever that is for you all. It is going to serve a higher purpose. Okay, it is meant to serve a higher purpose, and you are meant to continue to grow with whatever that is for you. Okay. All right, and we have divine love, and it says it's soul connection with someone, looking for finding true love, loving something or someone. All right, and this I'm getting is the true essence of your being, is to help others find what true divine love is. Okay, because a lot of souls, as a collective, they get trapped because they're looking in the wrong direction for the wrong thing. And so it is your responsibility or your mission or your job to steer them back in the right direction. All right. And I'm, like I say, I'm getting that most of you may be or may now or maybe want to in the near future work with some type of spiritual modality that serves the purpose of bringing this into existence. Okay. All right, and we have divine self orange. All right, and it says intuition, a balanced connection, spirit. Yes, you all are like a direct channel. Is what I'm getting. This PAL is has a direct connection and a direct channel to source. All right, and the reason for that is because of the mission that is in place for you. All right. So your ancestors want you to take heed to this. All right. So for some of you, or if any of you has been blocking this, or being fearful of this, now is the time for you to break free of that. Like I was saying earlier, you have the ability not to not only transmute energies for others, but for yourself as well. So whatever blockages that may be in place that's holding you back from serving your divine purpose, it's going to be time for you to transmute that energy. Okay, to release those doubts, to release those fears that's standing in the way of you fulfilling your soul contract. All right. Um, because you are a very old soul. All right. And your calling is to work on the level of completion. Okay, it's what I'm getting. Work on the level of completion for humanity. All right. And some of you, you may know what this feels like. You may know what this is. You may know what the tug is that's pulling you that way. You may feel it. You may even experience it in a way of curiosity, right? You want to know more. You want to explore more about what this is. Okay. And this is what your ancestors are wanting you to do. They're wanting you to awaken to the divine self. All right. Trust your intuition. Trust the connection that you have with spirit. okay, because they're guiding you so that you can guide others. All right. And then we have release. All right. And I love release showing up here. And I love the color scheme matches the divine self because they want you to release your earthly attachments, is what I'm getting. All right. Release your earthly attachments. Okay. Because those things are what are considered to be your blinders. Those things are what's blocking you from seeing your true divine purpose and to work with your higher and divine self. All right. So for those of you who have attachments, I'm even getting the word addictions to the 3D world. It's time to let go of those things. Okay. And this could be the attachment to material possessions. This can be the attachment to the idea of being successful on the human plane. All right. So it's like someone who's going after all of the wrong things and missing the point. All right. It's like you came down here with a mission at hand and a vision at mind, but somewhere along the path you kind of lost focus. So your ancestors are saying that it is time for you to regain focus. All right. And what I like for this, what I'm getting from this divine love card is if you look at this, it's almost like, he's being allured and tempted in some type of way, right? Almost as if she's like, oh, don't worry about, you know, all of this other stuff. Just focus on me. So it's a sense of illusion. All right. When you're down here on the earthly plane, all of what we deal with mostly are distractions to keep us from being able to focus on what our divine plan is, why we came down here to begin with. So it's going to be the time for you. Your ancestors want you to know to release those attachments that keeps you blinded. All right, that doesn't allow you to focus. What distraction do you have in your life right now? All right, what distraction do you have in your life right now that's keeping you, or not even keeping you, but that's possibly steering you off of your path? Okay, and whatever that is, your spirit team, your ancestors would like for you to release that so that you can step into your divine self. All right, because you have a bigger mission at hand. All right, and then you have eternal center. Okay, and it says, there is a place within me, still, calm, steady, eternal, guru, protection, peace. Yes, and this is your core essence. This is the core essence of who you are. Pile number 3. All right, and your ancestors want you to hone back into that eternal center. All right, with the guru coming up with that, that's just showing that you have the ability, like I was mentioning earlier, to transcend and transmute energies. All right, to allow a place and a space of protection and peace around yourself, but don't allow yourself to be distracted from this. Pile number 3, that's what I'm getting. Don't allow yourself to be distracted from this, because the distractions are meant to strip away your peace and your glory and your love. And this is why it's going to be important for you to hone in on that internal center that's going to help you to release the baggage. All right, to help you release the baggage. Let's see what tarot messages wants to come out. So thank you, beautiful beloved goddess Isis. Can you please guide this I can't speak. Can you please guide the messages from the ancestors in regards to what else they want pile number 3 to know? Yeah, so you guys have a direct connection to source. Pile number 3. And the ancestors don't want you to lose sight of that. All right. They're saying you need to remove any distractions. Remove any distractions, release any distractions that's keeping you away from the true mission. All right. So if some of you have an intent or a focus on wanting to work with any type of spiritual modality that is going to allow for you to reach out and get to or connect with the collective, that this is going to be the time for you to go ahead and make that connection. All right. This is going to be the time for you to go ahead and um, regain the wisdom that's within. All right. Yes, we have the Three of Pentacles showing up here. And I like how this shows up because this is um, you putting in the work and spirit helping you and guiding you along the way. All right. So it's working collectively with spirit so that you can work with the collective. It's like everyone plays a part in the grand scheme of things, right? We all play a part in the grand scheme of things. No one person is meant to achieve, what is meant to be done on the universe level alone. All right. So it's like you have the connection. So spirit passes you the connection. Well, spirit passes you the information through the connection that you all have, and you're able to pass that on to the collective. So it's like everything working hand in hand. So they really want you to build on that connection. They really want you to begin to work with the gift that you have to work with, because you have that direct channel. You have that direct connection. All right. And it's all um, to help build something stronger, something firmer. All right. Um, but let's see what else we have. Oops, that jumped right out. Yes. And look at this. We have the Hierophant, the card of wisdom. So you came equipped with this. How number 3, you came equipped with this ability. And once again, this is another image of, something being passed on. All right. Knowledge being passed on, wisdom being passed on. So it's all, and you even have the moon in the background. So you're connected to the unseen. So what others can't connect with and can't see, you can. All right. And it's your responsibility to help them to be able to see, to be able to form that connection with spirit. Okay. You're going to help others form a connection with spirit through you. All right. And this is going to be very prevalent and very crucial because part of the job, I think I mentioned this earlier, part of the job of someone such as a high priestess or a high priest is to help souls evolve. All right. So you're put here as the middleman, is what I'm getting. You're put here as the middleman. All right. The person who's going to help others to make the connection. Look at this. Yes. To help others to break free. You have the 8 of Swords coming out here. Help others to break free. Look how this angel is caged in. Right. And so let's start from the beginning. You have the King of Wands, right? Marching to the beat of your own drum. All right. Not following the masses, not following, societal way of thinking or viewing things, right? Marching to the beat of your own drum. And this is because you came equipped to do that. You came equipped to do that so that you can help free the trapped and lost souls, right? The ones that get stuck in repetitive karmic cycles, all right? The ones that can't seem to see that it is only themselves that engage themselves. Because as you can see, this lid on this cage is actually open, meaning that there is an option for freedom. But yet, I mean, look at this, the distractions and the temptations always keep us lured in. Look how they both images of the male and the angel in the cage, they have their head down, and the person that's a distraction is in the background. So it is your calling to help people to change their point of view, okay? Change their point of reflection, all right? So that they can realize that essentially there is a choice, there's always a choice of freedom. All right, there is a choice to be uncaged from negative thinking, negative thoughts, negative patterns of behaviors. There is always a choice to be released from that. There's always a choice for different perspective. All right, and so this is what your soul came to help usher in for the collective. Pile number 3. All right. And like I said, this is gonna, for some of you, you know, whoever this is resonating with, you may be already aware of this. You already may feel that calling. Like I say, you may be someone who, you know, does tarot readings for others, who, um, works with the divine, you know, through different type of spiritual modalities, because you're trying to fulfill your soul purpose and your soul contract. So you know it on the soul level. So this is what you're striving and you're aiming for. All right. So your ancestors are saying that you are on the right path. It's just that distractions needs to be released. Don't allow yourself to be distracted in a way that where you're deterred from your path. All right. Because you're here as the middleman. All right. It's what I'm getting. You're the middleman, earth angel energies, high priestess energies. You're here to help awaken the collective as a whole. Okay, you have a message to deliver to them. There is a message that is to be received from them through you. All right, and I know I keep saying, I did say the collective, and you know, I'm steady saying the collective, but of course it can always trickle down on an individual level as well. All right. Some of you may have individuals in your inner circle who needs some type of healing, who's part of that looped soul process. You know, those same people who bump their heads hundreds and hundreds of times, but they never learn their lesson, right? So it may be up to you to help get the message across to these people, right? To bring them the enlightenment they need so that they don't keep making the same bad decisions or the same bad choices that leads them to nowhere, right? So consider yourself a beacon of light in those people who you may know that go through that. Consider yourself a beacon of light in their lives, okay? And trust in the process and believe that you may be the person who's there to help guide them out. All right, so that they can go through the soul ascension process and not have to keep coming down here and repeating the same mistake over and over and over again. Those are trapped, looped souls, right? They don't get to the point of soul ascension because they never learn what they came down here to learn. So it's a repetitive cycle. Consider it like a karmic cycle, right? Um, that needs to be broken. Okay. And we have avoid others' negativity. Yeah, so that's what I say. Distractions. Release the distractions that no longer serve you, so that they don't have the ability to try to deter you from your true calling. All right. And it says, you probably assume that your weariness and lack of creativity are because of life's ongoing demands. The truth is, you've become a massive sponge to other people's negativity and stresses, explain the ancestors. Yes. So this is why it's going to be important for you to tap into your divine self. All right, because you have a bigger mission to fulfill. So it's going to be important for you to stay connected. Is what I'm getting. Stay connected. All right, and to not allow yourself to be absorbed or soaked in by others people's problems, essentially. Okay, because then that's meant to deter you from the bigger picture, the bigger purpose. All right. So now we're going to see, I'm going to pull from my Hello from the Other Side deck. And we're going to see what ancestors or past on loved ones want to come through in this reading, to say hi and to deliver messages for any viewers who's still watching. Okay. I'll probably pull about 4 cards. Keep in mind that they don't have to coincide with each other, so each card will be independent of each other. All right, so they don't all 4 doesn't necessarily have to tie in as it being a message from your ancestor. All right, so let's see what ancestors wants to come through for pile number 3. What ancestors wants to come through for pile number 3, to say hi and deliver the messages. What ancestors would like to come through at this time for pile number 3, to say hi and to deliver them some messages. Yeah, so you definitely have a bigger soul purpose and a bigger soul mission, pile number 3. And if you are already aware of this, your ancestors want you to stay true to the path. All right, stay true to the path. And then we have someone whose birthday is September 16th through the 30th coming through. We have someone's birthday who was April 1st through the 15th coming through. And we'll pull 2 more. So if you know anyone passed on loved ones, or ancestors with those birthdays, then this is them coming through to say hi. And then we have someone July 16th through the 31st coming through, and October 1st through the 15th coming through. Okay, so only birthdays wanted to come out for this one. All right, so let's see what messages do they have. Thank you, beautiful beloved goddess Isis, for ushering in the ancestors. Please help guide this reading and what messages they want to give to their loved ones. All right, so we have the September 16th through the 30th, April 1st through the 15th, July 16th through the 31st, October 1st through the 15th. All right, and we have the 3 of Wands coming through. They are saying that it is a time of expansion. This is a time of expansion. What you have been waiting for has been waiting for you. Okay, no longer feel in the ruts about this choice. Pal number 2, or whoever the ancestors are coming through for, they want you to remove the blinders. Look at this. Remove the distractions. Okay, what you wants you. What you came down here to do is finally coming to revelation for you. Okay, so they want you to remove the blinders so that when the ships come all the way through, you are ready to set sail. All right, we have the Hierophant coming up again. All right, you have a lot of wisdom to share. All right, you are an old soul. You came here equipped with the knowledge needed to help guide the others. Look at this 2 of Cups connections. You have a direct connection to source. Pile number 3. You guys have a direct connection to source. It's what your ancestors want you to be aware of. All right, you came down here prepared for the challenges, so don't ever let any distractions be a deterrent. And then pull 1 more. Be a deterrent for what the end goal is. All right, now is the time for you to expand and grow, and it's going to offer stability. You are meant to offer stability for others, not just yourself, for others. You are meant to give others a sense of peace and a sense of hope. All right, to help them to see things through a different lens, through a different perspective. All right, where all hope felt lost, you are here to help others to regain that sense of hope and that sense of understanding. All right, showing them that there are other alternatives, there are other options. All right, don't take everything for face value. All right, that's what's gonna be important, is for you to help others to see, not to take things for face value. Same as you're going to remove your blinders, you are meant to help others remove theirs. All right. All right, pile number three, those are the ancestors and the messages that wanted to come out for you. Really hope you enjoyed this reading. If so, please be sure to hit the like button as well as to subscribe to the channel. And until next time, my lovelies, take care and bye bye.